There's a moment in nearly every anime, a pause, a stillness, where time seems to slow down. No words, no sound effects, just the raw, unspoken emotion between characters. And in that silence, something profound happens. That moment feels louder than any battle cry, more powerful than any grand speech. Anime, at its best, taps into the essence of human emotion. And sometimes, it's not the things we hear, but the things we don't, that leave the biggest impact. So today, let's dive into the unspoken moments in anime. The quiet scenes that speak volumes without uttering a single word. The power of silence in anime. It's easy to think that action, drama, and explosive moments are the driving force behind the emotional impact of anime. After all, epic battles and stirring speeches are often the highlights of our favorite shows. But there's something to be said about the power of silence. It doesn't scream at you. It doesn't demand attention, but it grips you in a way that nothing else can. Think about it. How many times have you found yourself holding your breath during a scene where nothing is happening, but the subtle gestures of a character, the shift in their gaze, or the unspoken pain in their eyes? These moments don't rely on dialogue to stir emotion. They let us feel the weight of loss, hope, love, or despair without a single word being spoken. Silence in anime forces us to confront the raw, unfiltered emotions of the characters. It's in these quiet moments that we understand them at the deepest level. And sometimes, that silence says more than any monologue or intense confrontation could. Number 1. Itachi's farewell, Naruto Shippuden. One of the most iconic examples of this silent power comes from Naruto Shippuden. Itachi Uchiha's farewell is nothing short of heartbreaking. After years of being painted as a villain, we learn the painful truth behind his actions. And in his final moments, he smiles at Sasuke, his younger brother, who's come to confront him. There's no grand speech. There's no emotional music cue to tell us how to feel. It's just silence. It's a moment of reflection. The quiet between these two brothers, filled with years of unsaid words, hurts far more than any battle could. Itachi's smile, knowing that he won't be able to tell Sasuke everything, is a powerful statement about sacrifice and the pain of carrying a burden alone. The silence in this moment is a mirror to the silence Sasuke will carry in his heart for the rest of his life. Number 2. Spike's final moment. Cowboy Bebop. Then there's Cowboy Bebop, a series built on fast-paced action, jazz, and chaotic bounty hunts. Yet, in the end, it's the silence that stays with us the most. Spike Spiegel's final moments are an emotional crescendo built not on words, but on the slow, deliberate silence that follows his final confrontation with his past. As he stands, bloodied and broken, Spike faces his inevitable end. He doesn't speak a final monologue. He doesn't beg for redemption. He simply walks into the unknown. The music fades, and the screen lingers on the empty streets of a city that seems to reflect his inner emptiness. It's a moment where all the years of fighting, of running from his past, culminate in a stillness that echoes louder than any words ever could. Spike's death is a statement about accepting fate, about confronting the consequences of your actions, and about coming to terms with the choices you've made. His silence in that moment speaks to the loneliness of existence and the inevitable march toward death that we all must face. Number 3. Violet on the Train, Violet Evergarden. In Violet Evergarden, the titular character, Violet, experiences numerous moments of silence that tug at the heartstrings. But one of the most poignant is when she's on the train, reflecting on her experiences and her journey to understand the meaning of "I love you." Violet, a former soldier, struggles with the complexities of human emotion, but as she stares out the window, lost in thought, the quiet is deafening. It's the silence of someone trying to find their way, trying to understand themselves and the world around them. We hear nothing, but we feel everything. This moment is a perfect example of how anime uses silence to communicate the internal battles characters face. Violet's journey is one of healing, of self-discovery, and of coming to terms with the emotional scars left behind by war. Number 4. Ash letting Pikachu go. Pokémon. When Ash Ketchum lets go of his beloved Pikachu in Pokémon, the movie 2000, it's a moment that transcends the world of children's animation. This is a scene that has stayed with generations of fans because of the deep emotional weight it carries, and it's all conveyed without much dialogue. The heart-wrenching moment comes when Ash has to say goodbye to his longtime companion Pikachu. There are no dramatic speeches, no loud farewells, just a quiet acknowledgement of the bond they've shared. The silence between them speaks volumes about the nature of friendship, love, and the difficult goodbyes we must sometimes make. Number 5. Kenshin's reflection. Rurouni Kenshin. In Rurouni Kenshin, one of the most moving moments of silence occurs when Kenshin Himura, the wandering swordsman, reflects on his violent past. The scene is simple. Kenshin, sitting alone, looking out at the world around him, lost in thought. It's a quiet scene that speaks to the weight of his decisions, the bloodshed he's caused, and his desire for redemption. No one speaks. The only sounds are the soft rustling of the wind and the distant call of birds. But in that silence, we understand the internal conflict that rages within Kenshin. The quiet moments like these reveal the humanity of a character that could easily be misunderstood as just a sword-wielding hero. Number 6. The Silent Hilltop. Your Lie in April. Perhaps one of the most heartbreaking silent moments comes in Your Lie in April, when Kusei Arima, the piano prodigy, faces the reality of his feelings for his late mother and his complicated relationship with music. There's a scene on a hill where Kusei stands in silence, contemplating the loss of Kaori, the girl who brought music and color back into his life. He doesn't speak, but the emptiness of the moment speaks louder than any words could. The quiet is filled with the weight of grief, of love unspoken, of a future that feels uncertain. In these moments of silence, Your Lie in April captures the complexity of loss and healing in a way that's impossible to describe with words. The silence forces Kusei, and us as the audience, to sit with our own emotions, to experience the full depth of the moment. What do all these moments have in common? They prove something that many fans overlook. Anime doesn't just move us with action, it moves us with absence. Silence in these scenes isn't the absence of emotion, it's the absence of words, of sound, of distractions. Silence strips everything away and forces us to confront what's really going on beneath the surface. In life, there are moments when words fail us, when we can't articulate what we feel, or when saying goodbye seems too difficult. Anime captures that universal truth in a way that resonates on a level deeper than any explosion or flashy action sequence could. These silent moments force us to reflect, to feel, to experience the emotion in its purest form. Now, I want to hear from you. Which silent moment in anime completely broke you? Was it Itachi's farewell to Sasuke, or the haunting stillness of Spike's last scene? Maybe there's a quieter, more subtle moment that resonated with you, one that didn't get as much attention but hit you right in the chest? Drop your thoughts and stories in the comments. I can't wait to read them and feel that collective weight we all carry from those unforgettable silent scenes. And hey, if you love diving deep into the art of anime storytelling, give this video a like, subscribe, and join our community of fans who don't just watch anime. We live it. Silence in anime is more than just a lack of sound. It's an invitation to feel, to reflect, and to understand the emotions that bind us all. So next time you find yourself lost in a moment of quiet on screen, remember, sometimes the loudest moments are the ones without a single word.